Van Johnson, born Charles Vannel Johnson on August 25, 1916, in Newport, Rhode Island, rose from modest beginnings to become one of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's brightest stars, embodying youthful optimism at a time when America desperately needed it. Yet behind the wholesome smile and all-American image lived a man shaped by hardship, secrecy, resilience, and quiet courage. Raised largely by his mother after his father's death, Johnson gravitated early toward theater and music, pursuing acting with determination that led him from struggling chorus roles on Broadway to Hollywood stardom, once MGM noticed his boyish charm and natural warmth. His breakthrough came during World War II, when audiences embraced him not as a hardened hero, but as the relatable everyman, kind, emotionally open, and human, qualities that made his wartime performances deeply resonant. In 1943, his life nearly ended when a falling camera crane struck his head during the filming of A Guy Named Joe, leaving him with severe injuries and metal plates in his skull. Yet his remarkable recovery only deepened public affection, adding emotional depth to his later performances. Through the late 1940s, Johnson reached the height of his fame in films like 30 Seconds Over Tokyo, Battleground, The Caine Mutiny, and In the Good Old Summertime, earning audience trust as a symbol of loyalty, moral integrity, and sincerity. Privately, however, his life was far more complex, constrained by the rigid studio system that demanded conformity and left little room for personal truth. His 1947 marriage to stage actress Eve Abbott, widely promoted by MGM as a fairy tale union, produced a daughter, Skylar, whom Johnson adored, and he took seriously his role as a stepfather to Eve's sons, reinforcing his carefully curated family man image. Yet the marriage strained under unspoken realities, ending in separation in 1961 and divorce in 1968. In later years, Abbott asserted that the marriage had been a studio-arranged Lavender marriage, designed to shield Johnson from rumors about his sexuality, an accusation that aligned with the realities of mid-century Hollywood, where homosexuality was considered career-ending. In rare private conversations late in life, Johnson reportedly acknowledged that he had romantic relationships with men during Hollywood's golden age, including other actors living under constant surveillance, naming figures such as Montgomery Clift, whom he described as emotionally intense and deeply vulnerable, and Tab Hunter, whom he recalled as sweet, frightened, and weary of pretending. He also spoke of Rock Hudson not necessarily as a lover, but as a fellow traveler in an unspoken fraternity bound by silence and survival. These relationships, Johnson emphasized, were not scandals or thrills, but emotional lifelines in an industry that demanded denial, secrecy, and fear. Some people married for love, he later reflected. Others married for protection. As his star faded in the changing Hollywood of the 1950s and 1960s, Johnson continued working steadily, aging with grace and earning renewed appreciation from fans who admired both his legacy and his quiet dignity. In his final years, he withdrew from public life, settling first into a Manhattan penthouse and later into assisted living in Nyack, New York, where he lived modestly, far removed from the studio machinery that once controlled his existence. When Van Johnson died on December 12, 2008, at the age of 92, he left behind more than a catalog of beloved films. He left a story that revealed how many lives in old Hollywood were fragmented by enforced secrecy. By quietly acknowledging the men he loved in secret, Johnson reclaimed a truth long denied by his era, offering a final, understated testament to those who were there all along, just never allowed to be seen.